I'll tell you when we're live. And we're live.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sub Sunday, episode 79, almost to episode 80. I am Jordan, or X Citadel, and and then we got the main man here, Kelly, with the Viking beard, and then we got King. King, have you been here before? See, I haven't been here, so I don't know.
No, I haven't been here yet.
This is the man who holds it down for Kelly's chat. Holds it down, all down.
Yep.
That's very true.
Unless I'm in a bit of a bad mood, then I let other people deal with it.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right.
So,
Go ahead.
before we go into let's find out what we've been doing for the past week, because people haven't seen us for a little bit. Kelly, what have you been playing? What have you been doing?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I don't think I've actually played anything of consequence lately. I think it's just been a lot of like Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 3. That's it. I don't. Damn, what did I play this week, King? You watch me.
I don't know, just MW3.
Yeah, really. All I've been playing is CODs lately, and I'm like slacking. I'm in between games, so I find something simple and I play it.
So, which COD's your favorite?
World at War?
Well, if it wasn't all hacked to shit now, I would definitely play that over everything else.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It probably is like one of. Do you think that Treyarch or any of these guys will ever, like, instead of releasing a new title, ever remaster an old one?
I wish they would, but they won't do it.
No,
Sorry. No, they won't. But I want to get into playing. I need to finish The Wolves Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
The new episode of Michonne's coming out here soon. And there's a couple other games coming out next month, like Doom is coming out. Dark Souls 3 is coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out soon, and it's going to be pretty damn fantastic.
You think people are going to complain about Dark Souls because they're not going to make it?
People are going to bitch about it. You know they are.
yeah, no matter what, they're not playing about it.
Is there a continuous story with Dark Souls, or is it like? Because I've never played it. I've seen you play it, but like I have no idea what's going on.
Go ahead.
Each game has kind of its own separate story in completely different areas and characters, but it's all based in the same world, and it's kind of like based in like the ideal reincarnation of the world. That's basically what it is.
Except for Demon Souls. From what I understand, Demon Souls is a completely different world.
Demon Souls is separate.
Yeah. But Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3 are supposed to be in the same world, just different, like, millions of years in between them.
Oh, well then. That's going to be great.
That's why there's relics from the first game into the second game, like Havel's armor is in the second game, the old dragon hunters in the second game, stuff like that. Little things here and there are in there. But
From seeing the early gameplay, there are some relics in Dark Souls 3 that kind of bring back memories.
Could you possibly like pick up any game and like it's all good for you? Like, do I have to start with the first one, or can I just be like, oh, second
you
one?
can play any one you want. It's just the learning curve. The learning curve on this game is very, very steep.
I remember I was watching you fight. Like, there's this guy with a scythe in like a field of like flowers or something like that. It was all, I forgot exactly what it was.
Oh, that was Bloodborne.
Was that?
Yeah, that was
That
Bloodborne.
was
Oh well,
That was Bloodborne.
never mind that.
What's his name?
I think they look
The
similar
Final
to me.
Hunter.
Bloodborne is made by FromSoft, which is the company that makes Dark Souls. So they're going to be, they're pretty much the same. It's in the spirit of Dark Souls games.
One game that I'm looking forward to that I don't want to get overhyped for is No Man's Sky.
I don't even care. I know that sounds funny, but I don't, because I stopped caring, and I'll play some games when they come out. That is my goal. That is my plan. If it looks cool, I'll pick it up. If it looks like trash, I'll inevitably pick it up and play it anyways.
I mean, it looks interesting. It's just space games really aren't my thing.
But
There you go.
the one thing that I disliked about the whole entire thing is you could tell they're trying to start the hype train so much, because the only thing that I've seen that's been out so far has been the E3 stuff. That's the only thing I've seen. And they're like, oh, there are like, billions upon, not billions, but millions upon millions of stars and this, and they all have their own planets, and it's randomly generated, and it's a multiplayer game, but the odds of you finding another person are really slim. And I'm like, I don't know how big that is, and I don't know how much, area and
From what I understand, it's supposed to be like huge, and why they say you're not going to be able to find another person is because I can go to a coordinates on a star, and you might be on the next planet. But we don't know that because there's no real indication of, from what I understand, there's no indication to tell where each other is. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a buddy system in it eventually, so you can team up with your friends and go off and do stuff. But as far as running into another person without planning it, because of the the randomly generated planets and star systems and stuff like that, I don't think it'll be hard.
Unless they make like some kind of trading post stations out and about.
Oh, I hope they do.
Even then.
To kind of go off of that, did you hear that Xbox is trying to link up all of the systems?
Yeah, there was discussions about that. And honestly, I hope they do it. I hope they do it for a bunch of games. Like, go ahead.
I mean, sorry to cut you off, but I think that Xbox, is all for it. But how do you think Sony will benefit from this? Do you think they're going to be all for it, or do you think they're going to? Because it's obvious that Sony won the console war. Like at the end of the day, they sold more PlayStations than Xboxes. But do you think that they would ever allow? Because then, like, there's no need to have both consoles. Then I could just stick to the one that I like the most, and then play with my friends that are
exclusives.
Oh, exclusives. That's true.
Exclusives is what will sell the console.
I think if they do that, exclusives are gonna jump a lot.
Yes.
To try and get consoles sold.
And you know what? For like Call of Duty or something like that, I think it would be great. For multiplayer games like that, I think it would be great. But exclusives is where you sell your consoles, so you would have to step up your exclusives game in order to sell things.
Plus, if it wanted to really enforce the consoles versus PCs directly.
Oh, and
there's going to be like Battlefield servers that say no PC gamers or no console gamers on them if it's linked together.
Oh yeah, they're not going to like it one bit.
Do you think you're going to be able to tell? Like,
yeah,
do you think
it's no. Well,
you don't think so?
Not directly by seeing it, but how they play.
Street Fighter V. If I hop on a Street Fighter V right now, I can play against people on PS4. And I know that they're on PS4 because right next to their name is an indicator that they're on console.
And you probably load into the Game Pass. I know it's the same thing with Rocket League. I think like the guys in Rocket League, like they'll load into the game and then like 5 seconds or 6 seconds later than the other guys would.
Mm-hmm. So there's indicators. They'll probably have indicators stating that if you're a PC or not, or what console you are.
There are also, talk about a PlayStation 4.5.
Yeah, they're trying to do a like an updated version of the PlayStation 4, so that way we can get higher graphics and resolutions and stuff like that out of it.
Awesome.
Maybe the PlayStation 4.5 isn't an entire console itself. Maybe it's like kind of like an add-on sort of thing. Like maybe they're trying to go to the like the PC market where you can swap out things. Because I couldn't see them just saying and new console.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a new console that we can start swapping parts out on.
Right. It's probably going to be like how they always do, where they bring out the main one and then they bring out the upgraded slim version that has some boosts to it.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess we could go back in time and do what the 64 and the Sega Saturn and the Sega Genesis had. Those little add-ons. I can't wait to slap something on top of my PS4 and plug it in, and it's an external graphics card. That would be pretty badass.
That would be. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you get a picture of, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember the Game Boy. Hold on, I'll find the picture. It's a meme, of course. Copy link address. There you go. And it's like well, back in the day, whenever you got a like a Game Boy, man, you had all these extra parts you could add to it to make the gaming experience better. This
Oh my
isn't even
gosh.
my final form.
That is a lot of add-ons.
I
That
would
is
love for that to happen.
Wow.
those
I,
are
I,
speakers
I,
on the side, and then you have the
yeah,
magnifying thing,
and a light.
and the light. Oh, that's a light. Okay, well,
Yep, and then a joystick instead of the directional buttons.
Need your help.
well, that is something that is crazy. To be honest, like the only like thing that I remember as far as like huge what was it like huge like add-ons or sort of thing was is that I had my Game Boy Advance and they had the little light that you could have like on the Game Boy Advance because there wasn't like any
Oh,
screen. There wasn't like any light on the screen, and I would be the one in the back seat of my mom's car, just like holding like holding it up like this and just trying to play. But then like it would get dark, like we'd go through a tunnel, and I'm like, I'm not losing. I don't know. Or then like when a car would pull behind us and the lights would shine through, it would be the greatest thing in the world. It was the coolest, and I loved it. And then I got a Game Boy, I got a Game Boy SP, and that changed my life. I was on there every single day, lunch periods, recess. I was everywhere. It was the best thing in the world. And to be honest, I can't even compare like the handheld stuff now to handheld things then because I stopped after a Nintendo DS. After like the first original silver like blocky Nintendo DS. After that, I was like, they're coming out with these things every year, and and then all of a sudden I turn around and boom, they have the 3DS, and they have all this other stuff going on, and my little cousins are showing me like a 3DS, and I'm like, how does that not hurt your? I don't understand.
And then they try to combine them with consoles with the Wii U. Because there's no denying that's what it was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna lie though, the Wii U is practical, and the reason why I say that is because Nintendo is going after the market of everybody's in the same room, not like any multiplayer online connection. Even though you have your Mario Party, your Mario Kart, and that sort of thing, they want to target everybody in the same room. So if you have like a couple of your buddies over and you guys are playing Mario Kart, you might lose some friends. But I mean, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. I feel like they really hit the nail on the head with who they're going after.
Yeah, it works very well and it's very fun. It's just their ad campaign for it was just awful.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was just.
Aren't they supposed to be coming out with a new console? Like I believe it's the NX.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Let me do some quick Google foo.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything out of Nintendo in a while.
Oh, so apparently they have this. They have a leaked controller. I'm gonna put this in the. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but I couldn't see this actually being a thing.
Yeah, I found it.
It looks pretty weird. But Nintendo's like used to like trying new things. The only thing that I want is I want an Xbox portable something. Sony has one, Nintendo has one, Xbox doesn't have one. I mean, yes, they do. They have the Windows tablets where you can, it's a fully fledged PC. You can walk around. But no, I want a handheld device where I can play Xbox games. I want to be teabagging people in Halo on my plane ride as I'm going somewhere.
Like, can't be satisfied with the Windows Phone.
I don't even want to talk about the Windows Phone. The Windows Phone is I tried because I work in customer service, so sometimes we'll have someone call and they'll say, "Does your app support Windows?" And I had to like look around. I'm like, "Does anyone know? Does anyone have a Windows Phone? Can I see?" No one ever does. Windows phones are a thing of the past, I think. I mean, I don't even know one person who uses a Windows Phone.
I know one person who has a Windows phone.
I know one person in my town who has a Windows Phone.
Nice. Nice. So what do we got going on?
We were just talking about the different consoles, and I was going on a rant talking about, since we're talking about handheld devices, that Xbox should have one, even though that they don't.
They should not.
Why do you think so?
Because there's only one company that makes those handheld devices correctly.
And that's Nintendo.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna lie, the PSP was great. I was all for the PSP, but then the PS Vita came out, and I didn't understand that.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the PSVP Vita. Or the PS Vita. I was not really happy with it. In all reality. It could have been better. The PSP was good. The PSP I enjoyed. I liked the little UMBs and all that stuff. But at the same time, you know, handhelds were cool for a while, but now they're just kind of getting...
What you think the next big thing is VR support?
I so don't care enough about VR support. And I know that sounds terrible, but I really don't care.
Do you remember when like the Nintendo Wii just came out and people were throwing their Wii remotes through their televisions?
Yes.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you think is gonna happen when the whole VR thing takes off and people
there's
set up the cameras in their like living room and they're just going around and someone's gonna be like, "Oh no, we'll warn you if you bump into something," and someone's gonna hurt themselves.
There's gonna be so many people throwing up and passing out, and it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be fun.
I saw this video on Reddit of a guy who he's in the VR world. He's on top of a roof, and then there's a hole in the ground where you can see the inside of the building that he's in, and he tries to put his head through the ground, but he's hitting the actual ground, and he's just sitting there with his face like to the. And he's like, why can't I go any farther? And it's like, well, you're actually hitting the ground. You can't go past where you're looking right now.
That's funny.
It's gonna be like someone's playing some kind of fighting game and someone unknowing is gonna walk through and just take a sucker punch to the side of the face.
Oh yeah, someone's gonna get knocked out. Someone's gonna be playing a fighting game. Oh, I can see this definitely happening, right? They're going to market VR to people who need to lose a bunch of weight, and they're trying to capitalize on that whole thing. So they're going to be like a whole training regimen thing that you can do with the VR thing on, and someone's going to be like in their sweats, just like getting it going, but they're just running in place. But I feel like it might get too realistic, and I don't know. I just see it. I just see like the future. Someone's going to try to make like a video game or something that like is like, oh. It's like your trainer's right there, like he's there, and they're gonna try to do something there.
Well, you do know that there's virtual reality porn simulators, right?
Oh no,
yeah.
I do 100%. I also know that there is an attachment to iPads for fleshlights.
That is fantastic.
There's a literal company that's the only thing they make, and they're still in business.
Be a ridiculous amount of money.
And the commercial is hilarious. There's this guy, he's just like chilling in a room. He takes his iPad and he's like takes out the flashlight and he's like, you know what? I can't use both my hands. And then he's like, and then it's like, boom, look at this. Look, and it's basically just like the case. You have the handle here, and then it's in the back. It's crazy.
Let's see.
But it's a Japanese company that makes it too, just by the sound of that commercial.
Oh yeah, it is a Japanese commercial.
Yes, yes it is. It has to be.
I'm trying to figure out.
Hilarious.
What are you watching?
The Oculus Rift VR porn thing.
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
It was like the second news story when people heard about the Oculus Rift.
But it's owned by Facebook.
This new technology. How can it be used to porn?
So, I mean, it can be like. I'm trying to figure out since it's like if you buy an Oculus from Facebook, I believe, is it still did Facebook do what YouTube was gonna do to Twitch? Did they just take the Oculus and oh no video games, we're just all Facebook stuff, or is it just under the umbrella of Facebook and it's just doing its own thing? Because
I'm
then
not
they'll
sure.
be, because then they'll be two totally different
think-
things. Because if they're letting them do their own thing, then I could see VR support for games and they'll be working with everything. But if Facebook's like, no, you have to use Facebook OS 12.3 like button, then then I mean, stuff's gonna go bad. I think that's why everybody was so concerned about the Oculus being sold to Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think Facebook's actually tried to tell them what they can do. I think they just have ownership.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know how that works with them. I know they bought it, and that was about it. I've been kind of I don't really care about VR. It's like, there were the old VR things back in the arcades, like, when I was younger, and it was all red overlay, and you walked around inside of basically a little circle. You just walked, and and now we're talking about just all this new stuff, and I don't know what to do about it. It's like, do I care, or do I just wait to see what happens?
But I'm gonna let everybody know that you think that gamers stay inside enough now.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen when we can actually simulate real life?
Oh my God, we simulate nature. We never have to leave.
They already have it, man. It's called Second Life.
Second Life?
Yeah, dude. You don't know about what Second Life was? Years ago, that came out years ago, and people make money off of that crap.
Second Life.
There are entire schools that used to take place in Second Life. People sold real estate inside Second Life and made actual money. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe this is an actual thing.
It is indeed.
This reminds me of that movie, Gamer, right?
Yep.
Do you remember how like there was like the whole virtual thing where you could be someone else, but you're like actually them? It's like this huge thing. That is, but I can see people would pay like a whole bunch. Actually, who would make the most money in this whole thing? A virtual pimp.
Yes.
Think about it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
My man's like, all right, see that man over there? He has like 52 bunch of money over there in virtual in-game currency. That's probably still, out-of-game currency. So you go over there, talk to him, and make me some money. I can see
it's
virtual
insane.
pimping happening.
It is absolutely insane, and that this is still a thing, and it's actually, I think they've been continually supporting it. Like, it's been getting upgrades throughout the years, and once VR hits, it's going to be a completely different experience. Completely. I wonder if it's Twitch has suspending users.
Question is how long before all the lawsuits come in against VR, with all new technologies for just ridiculous things.
Oh yeah. Oh, he looked at me in the VR simulator.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to begin to even think about what what that will end up looking like, because if you, even in a regular online space, right? We're talking about non-VR, we're talking about just gaming. There's so much stuff going on there by itself. You get VR into it, and then
Yep.
But you'll be having news stories like some woman sued a person for sexual assault in real life based on what he did in VR. Those lawsuits are gonna come.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So,
Did you guys hear what happened at that Microsoft party?
what happened at the Microsoft party?
So there was a Microsoft I think it was the developers conference thing that was happening, and at the party there was a bunch of women who were there who were hired. They were dancers,
Yeah.
and they were dressed like schoolgirls, and they were twirling around doing their own thing, basically half naked, and everybody took this and went with it, especially because we have the thing that's going on with these sexism in the gaming industry, women being portrayed as such and things as that. And everybody took this, and now they're calling for Microsoft's CEO to release a statement apologizing and basically saying that he'll never do it again, and this is uncalled for a company with a great brand image such as Microsoft to hold a party at this expense.
That
See, only
sounds
Sony can
retarded.
get away with that.
Yeah, right. I was to say that sounds retarded. just shut up, people. Stop being so damn butthurt.
But
You,
they
you
should
know
have
what?
had the party in
The girls
Japan.
didn't have to take their that job.
In a comment email
See,
to
now
The
if that-
Verge, Xbox chief Phil Spencer said that the event was not consistent or aligned to our values or promised to do better in the future. And he says, we must ensure that diversity and inclusion are central to our everyday business and core values. We will do better in the future.
Which means all parties are canceled for about the next 3 weeks.
But parties are parties. Like, see, that's
Yeah.
the thing that I don't understand. Like, I've heard that there's some shady stuff that goes on at these parties for gaming conventions such as that. And I think it's pretty weird that when people go to some parties, they expect everything to be up here all the time. Everything has to be. But I do understand why some people are getting really upset because it's Microsoft and they have an image and they're hosting the party. So whatever happens at the party, it reflects on Microsoft's brand and
Yeah.
so forth, so on.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I can understand that. So I'm trying to decide if I want to play Far Cry Primal or The Division.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. Are you gonna be playing the Division with friends, or are you gonna be playing by yourself? That's the question.
It depends if people want to play.
If I were you, I would definitely go with Far Cry Primal, mainly because I don't know. Even though the Division is still like a hot topic, people are still talking about it. People are having their final decisions on whether they like the game or not. I haven't seen many people playing Far Cry Primal because everyone hopped on the Division hype train and are just on the grind fest, just 24/7 grinding. And I heard that Far Cry Primal is actually a really good game.
I think I might grind out Primal.
And also, some people call it animal petting simulator because you can tame animals and then you tame them and then you pet them and then you can tell them what to do. But one of the things that minor spoiler alert, this is nothing to do with the story or anything like that. There are legendary sort of animals and sort of things that happen there, and you can tame them and you can call upon them at any time, which is great. Like, I'm thinking about, you're just going head-to-head with a bunch of, cave people, because, it's way back when. You're just trying to, beat them up. Then you do some special call, and, a grizzly bear comes out of the forest and just starts, wrecking people. I mean...
You send honey badgers off to kill kill people.
Don't do that.
Frickin' honey badgers, man. Those things were the most vicious things in Far Cry 4. Oh my god, those things were vicious.
Oh, I remember the mission where you had to kill the honey badger with I think it was a shotgun or something like that, and but the way you get around that is you use everything that you can, but you finish it off with the shotgun, so then it counts that you killed it with a shotgun.
Because that honey badger gave no fucks.
He gave none, and after the whole Honey Badger Don't Care video came out, I was like, all right, I got to research some honey badgers. And they just don't care. They really don't. They fight lions. Lions. They just jump up and bite them in the parts where you don't want to get bit, and they don't want none of that.
Yeah, they just fight. They fight lions for food. They'll dig into an open beehive. Just don't care.
They really don't care.
So Kelly, did you hear about the whole Ara Gaming Twitch husband drama thing that's been going on?
What?
So there's this lady. Her name is, I believe it's Ara Gaming. She is a very popular Twitch streamer, and she went through a divorce. And in the divorce, her Twitch channel was given to her husband.
What?
Yeah, because apparently she had her Twitch channel under an LLC, as many should do, because separate protects you yourself, and then, like, if you get in trouble, they sue the business and not you. And according to the statement, it says an LLC is a corporate entity which essentially separates a person, in this case Sarah, from the liabilities of the business. In this case, her channel and social media accounts, says video game attorney Ryan Morrison. If someone were to sue the channel for whatever reason, Sarah's personal assets would be safe. And basically it's saying that she, after the divorce, since her Twitch channel was an asset to her and she gained, income off of it and, did all this such, that it was a right for her to get it taken away. So, so she doesn't own the channel itself, and it can be sold off by whoever holds the right to the LLC, which
That's messed up.
Sarah's husband either won during the divorce or she gave it to him. If Sarah owned the channel, she's the only one who could put it under that LLC. So basically, and also she can't stream for 5 years. That's a part of the contract. She cannot stream on anything for 5 years. And a bunch of Twitch gamers and a bunch of Twitch personalities and YouTube personalities came to her aid and said, create a new Twitter and Twitch. This is from this guy Jericho. Create a new Twitter and Twitch. Set up a GoFundMe. Send me links to those things and get your life back. Because imagine this. Yeah. Imagine if literally like your main job, you made it on Twitch. Your main job is to stream every day, and then one day, your significant other, you get a divorce and they just take it. What type of? I mean, if you didn't plan for this, obviously everyone has a backup plan, but it looks like she didn't really. And now she's just out of like everything. Like she can't stream. And also, the reason why everyone found out about this was because she was AFK for about 3 months, and then all of a sudden the channel lit up and everybody tuned in like, oh my god, where you been? And it was a different girl streaming under the same name. And the Twitch chat was going crazy. Everyone's like, who are you? You're an imposter. And then that's when this came to fruition. The last update happened on the 13th. The Twitter account says, Ara Gaming will not be given back because it was not taken. It was offered, so if the death threats could please stop, that would be great. This person really does not want to... the person who owns the account now really doesn't want... Obviously, they shouldn't be getting death threats, but if you have someone with hundreds of thousands of I don't think hundreds of thousands, but she had a pretty good size. Let me check exactly what she had. But you have, that happening, and then all of a sudden they're gone. She has... 595,000 views. So you could say that she's pretty known up there. People are going to get upset. But the thing that people are saying now is they didn't subscribe to the new girl. They subscribed to the old girl. So now that the Twitch account has been handed over, all these subscribers of the old Twitch personality, who they love her and they don't really care about this new person, they want to abandon ship. And, and some people have, when the stream lit up, a lot of people resubscribed. And I don't know if they're able to get their money back or anything like that. I don't know how Twitch works as far as
they can't.
That. So, what do you think about that, Kelly?
I think that everybody who doesn't want to support the new streamer, just make sure they check unsubscribe, make sure it doesn't re-up for the next month, and go on with their lives. I think it's kind of crap that she lost the account. And her husband ended up with it and turned around and sold the account. I think that's crap, and that the account was sold. I mean, these are not, honestly, when it comes down to it, the Twitch account is not a product. It's hold on.
But I understand what Kelly's trying to say. It's more than just something that you can just give. Yeah, it takes time and you need to develop it.
It is the person. It is not a product. It is okay. If you want to say it is a product, then the person who's running the channel, who's spending the time doing this stuff, is the product, not the channel itself. So the fact that they put somebody else's face on there and that person bought the channel and didn't expect some sort of backlash, they're pretty stupid, in my opinion. Because you should know better than that. You just paid for something somebody else put a lot of hard work in, and people don't subscribe to you because of the video game you play. People subscribe to you because of who you are, and they like what you play. Only if I could get that same thing going for my boat, I'd be happy.
And
I mean, it's like they try to buy someone else's image and take the viewers and then replace the image.
Yeah,
The viewers are there for the image, for original image in the first place, and
that
they
might work on
everything
TV.
to stay the same.
That might work on TV, but it doesn't work on Twitch.
But here's the thing, right? I think that maybe, if this new person who has the channel would come onto the channel and said what happened, maybe not exactly, detail for detail. Obviously, this is someone's personal life and everything. But
Yeah.
if the first broadcast wasn't just, "Hey guys, welcome to the stream. My name is this, and we're gonna do this," and not even acknowledging anything, then
She may not have been able to acknowledge anything. She may be under contract to not be able to do that.
that has to be the suckiest thing. I mean, but I feel like eventually she's still gonna get viewers, and people are obviously gonna come.
It'll sort out for her eventually, but it's just going to take a while, and it's going to be an uphill battle for her. She would have been better off starting her own channel and using that channel as a medium to make her channel better, not just taking it over.
But the only thing,
the problem is it would be like me running Jordy's channel.
yeah.
It's not going to work because I'm not Jordy.
Speaking of Jordy, I've been following the whole PKA hot sauce thing. I know you probably don't, associate, with them and all that other thing. But the question about Jordy is how is like the thing that I don't understand that happens with him and everything like that is he'll go and he'll make his commentary and his commentary will be golden, right? And then it'll be like the most perfect thing, great gameplay, and then he'll criticize himself for it.
I don't get him. Something and this is gonna sound horrible when I say it, but all of my vlogs and stuff I do are one take. I don't go back and redo it because I want to do it right. And even if I do it wrong, if I screw up in the middle of it, I stumble and I keep going.
I feel like that adds a bit of
Personality to it.
Yeah, personality, because it says that it's not the clean cut polish. This is just you're here, you're saying what you need to say. One take is all you're doing. If you stumble, this isn't like a business pitch. You're just gonna keep on rolling and you're gonna do what you do.
Exactly.
That's actually something that I wanted to do with my channel. I wanted to kind of just because I've been thinking too much about like what to post and not me. Like I spend more time thinking about what I should post rather than posting. Like sometimes like I'll wake up and I'm like, you know what? I have this GoPro video that I put on my skateboard of me riding around town. Think people will like that? Oh no, probably won't get any views. And people won't understand, and I just won't upload it. And then I'm like, you know what? Some days I feel like, I should just put that up and it should be just perfectly fine. I don't care what people think. This is my channel. I'm doing what I want. And I feel like if you get in that sort of mindset where like you do it for yourself, even though you make sure it's entertaining, but if it's something that makes you happy and you post it online there, then you're all good.
Now, something rather humorfully I do, kind of almost contradicting what I just said, is I actually record multiple things during the day. Like I probably have 4 or 5 videos that nobody will ever see. Like I'll stop and I'll record something. And a couple hours later, I'll go back and record something else, and then something else, and then something else, and then I'll pick the one I like out of them and post it. But they all won't be the same subject. I have a 6-minute rant on my phone right now that I'm debating whether I want to put up or not, and it's just kind of talking about how I was feeling at that point in time, reflecting upon my past and my goals. But there's a part in there that like I talk about finances, and I don't really like to talk about finances. So the last thing I want to do is put that up, and then people are like, oh, you're a money whore, and I'm like, yeah, because I want to take care of my family. That makes me a money whore.
The thing that I have actually, this is brings up a great topic. Back when I was in high school, which obviously wasn't too long ago, it was 2 years ago, I got in trouble by the administration because the administration was saying that I was spreading rumors and lies and stuff like this on my YouTube channel. Because I would, see what happens in school. I'd go home. I wouldn't say anyone's name. I wouldn't even say the school. I would just say what happened and, that I was involved and everything like that. And the administration came up to me and said, well, you have to take the video down because it, isn't, it's causing a ruckus, you could say, and people are upset that I'm talking about them. And I just blatantly told them, no, listen here. Everything that I do on my YouTube channel is 100% okay. No one knows who I'm talking about, why I'm talking about it. The only people that could possibly understand what's happening is the people that are involved. But I don't even say their names or anything like that. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I put that out there is because I use YouTube for two reasons. One, the reason to express my life with other people, and two, I like to be 100% genuine with people. So I like to show people like a little in depth in my life. When things are high, when things are low, when I'm doing well, when I'm doing terrible. It's kind of like I just want to be 100% genuine with people, and I'm one of those people that is okay with my life being out there and people seeing what I do, because I just want to find people with like interests and kind of build upon that and make it into something, and like turn it into something. So that's why I'm like every single sometimes I'll put up a video and I'll just say, well, I shouldn't have said that, I shouldn't have said this, but whatever. Let's see what happens.
Just like a lot of people do that just with blogs. The only difference is you say it in a video and they write it. And people are fine with writing, but when they actually hear someone telling them something, it kind of throws them off.
But I do have to say that sometimes these people, especially the younger people, I'm saying people who are like 10, 11, 12 who are getting into YouTube and doing this whole thing, who don't really get taught the right from wrong in life yet, and they kind of just they do what they do on YouTube to kind of try to get views. Like one thing that I saw recently was there was a guy from my local town who got arrested because he tried to prank people. And prank channels are a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that in a whole nother video. But what he did was that he was going around with a briefcase, and he was putting them down. He was putting the briefcase down and then running away from it. Like that's all he would do. He would just put it down and run away from it. Now, this day and age, that's not something that you should do at all.
No.
Especially because with the amount of heightened, especially in America, with the terrorist sort of nature that everybody is afraid of in America. And he got arrested, and they let him off easy at first. They said if he does this again, then he'll be tried. And I see people do this all the time. And the sad thing about it is that every day YouTube is getting more and more corporate, which obviously people have to make money. You see it coming eventually. People are going to do whatever they can, use whatever advantage they can to try to get views. But the one thing that it does is that it sets a negative connotation for the next generation of YouTubers, the people who come after them who say, oh, look at that, this guy did this. Maybe if I do blowjob, prank gone sexual, gone wrong, 9/11 SWAT team, then I'll be all set.
What happened to just videos of following around fat people with tubas? I mean, come on.
I mean, but to be honest, some people would say that that's a mean thing in of itself, because if I go out today and I find someone who is very overweight and I follow them around with a tuba, first of all, I can't lift a tuba. I have weak arms. But secondly, I feel like everybody on the internet is going to explode, because the content, the way the internet is now, isn't the way I'd say that it was 10 years ago, even though I was really young back then. But I still knew a couple things. But back then, you could do things such as posting a video of you making fun of somebody or something like that, and people would laugh because they understand it's a joke and you're not being really serious. But nowadays, people take it to the most serious intent. Every single little thing that you do that involves somebody else, if you hurt their feelings in any way, then you will rue today for the rest of your life, and people will just call you out on it every single time. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but there's there's one of my friends who posts videos of him flaming people. Now, if you guys don't know what flaming is, it basically just means like, making fun of somebody, but more in a playful way of, putting them down, and you basically go back and forth trying to one-up each other. And he would get real, like, down to what he's wearing, down to what he acts like, down to what, calling him gay, calling him these things and everything like that. And it's all just for fun, but people take it, like people on the internet were like, how dare you make fun of this guy, and how dare you do this thing to him, because, he's so innocent and you're just making fun of him because he lost by a whole bunch. But,
and then you can use people on the internet flipping out about everything.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the how sensitive the internet is, and how compared to like what it used to be, like innocent videos that are not meant to be taken as seriously are being taken to the most extreme.
Oh man, like the internet's so bad right now. The stocks on hemorrhoid cream has gone up like by 1 million.
Because everyone's
There's so much butthurt. So recently, I'm gonna.
How you scare off trolls? You just say, "Don't make me send the feminazis a Tumblr after you."
Listen, I'm gonna call Anna Sarkasia and have her yell at you.
No thanks.
All right, so change of pace. So recently, in 1998, there were like 2 movies that came out that I really loved, and one of them got big, the other one just faded off into obscurity. Okay, one of them, of course, is Boondock Saints.
Love that movie.
Yes, it came out with the second one, fantastic. Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery.
Yes.
Classic fucking movie. Okay. There was another movie called Six String Samurai. Okay. Cheesy as all get out. I'm talking the cheese factor of this movie is so thick, it's like ultimate nacho cheese level. Okay. Ultimate nacho level cheese factor. That's how cheesy it is. Anyways, it starred this guy named Jeffrey Falcon, and he did a bunch of like Hong Kong flicks in the 80s and the 90s, and then he did this movie and just disappeared into obscurity along with the movie. And I watched it again today, and once you can get past the horrible dubbing and just the over the top of everything about it, it's actually just really just a great movie. You laugh your ass off the entire time.
Now, I have no idea what this is about. Can you give us like a little overview?
So 1954, World War II,
Yeah.
World War III happened.
Okay.
Everybody was blown up. The Russians came into the United States, and they supposedly won the war, and Elvis took over Las Vegas. And
Okay.
Las Vegas was the last bastion in the world. And 50 years goes by, and Elvis dies. So a new king needs to be crowned. And everybody and anybody who is a musician, is heading towards Vegas to claim the throne. And our character, of course, is Buddy Holly.
Okay.
And you follow Buddy, who is a six-string samurai, has a sword and everything, and his guitar, and all this stuff, and just following him through the waste on this adventure. And it's ridiculous. Like he runs into Death at one point, and Death looks like Slash from Guns N' Roses. It's like, this is awesome. Like I really need some jalapenos, and a couple other things for this nacho because it's that cheesy.
To be honest, I have to give it give it a watch. But
By all means, watch it.
speaking of
But
movies,
does he walk down the road with an umbrella in the middle of a desert?
Yes.
Pictures I'm seeing here.
Yes.
Speaking of-
Go ahead.
speaking of movies and such, are you guys gonna see Batman Superman by chance?
I don't care.
Maybe, maybe not.
It kind of comes down to Batman, Superman. I'll catch it on, I'll catch it some other ways than go to the theaters. I'm not worried about it.
The one thing that I think that is really messed up about like movies nowadays is why is there so many trailers?
Yep.
You're giving away so much. I watched the first Superman Batman trailer, and now I know the entire movie. I think I have a pretty good like outline of like the way the entire movie. They gave away something that was
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really, crucial to the movie. A huge like character in the movie was revealed before the movie even
Yeah,
came
and
out.
they shouldn't have revealed that character as being in it.
Yeah,
Like the same thing with the Avengers of the character holding the shield in that trailer. It's
Yeah.
like you just ruined it.
Yeah, you should have left it for the for the shock of the audience. Because nowadays I feel like I go to watch a movie mainly just because I don't want to miss out on the talk at my job of everyone talking about the movie. Not because I want to go see the movie itself. Because I already have seen the movie online on YouTube when I watch all the trailers played. Someone always does this. Someone always takes all the trailers of a movie and
Puts it
and
chronologically.
yeah, puts it chronologically, and it would be a good 10 minutes of the film.
Yep.
A good 10 minutes of the film, which doesn't seem like a lot in like a 3-hour movie, but if it's all the major plot points in the movie, it gives away like all of it. Because you have the build up, you have the crescendo, then you have the descending. And if it just shows the crescendo, all the crescendos in all the trailers, then what were you going there for? You're just going there to see.
Well, it's like the new Ghostbusters movie. That trailer was trash.
Did you see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man reacting to?
No,
the-
not yet. I'll have to watch it.
Oh my gosh, it is probably the best
I-
thing ever.
The person who cut that trailer does not need to be fired. No. He doesn't need to be fired at all. And I agree with Kevin Smith. This is Kevin Smith saying right here. This is what he said about it. He doesn't need to be fired. He needs to be sat down and spoken to about how trailers should be. Because that trailer was pure garbage. It was hot
Yes, it
trash. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
hot trash. And
Yeah.
it's a shame because some of those girls are funny. They're
Yeah.
very funny.
Very funny.
And as far as stereotyping each
Oh my
girl,
god.
it's disgusting. It makes
It's-
me sick.
It's too like when watching this I was like what type of like movie is this where it was literally stereotypes. And I'm not going to name any names, if you want to go see the trailer do it, but take it with a grain of salt. There's this one character who slaps another character and screams a certain line that has been a stereotype among women, especially women of her kind, for the longest of times. And once I saw that, I was like, well, I'm not watching this movie. They just shoehorned another one.
yes.
And the thing is that, like, someone posted when the trailer was released, one of the top comments on Reddit said, you know what, actually, I would rather have a movie seeing Tom Hanks in a retirement home fighting ghosts as a retired Ghostbuster.
Tom Hanks,
Not Tom Hanks. What's his name?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I meant to say.
I would
That would
too.
be amazing.
I would rather have a retired grumpy old Bill Murray.
He just
Fighting
fed up
ghosts.
with it.
Yeah, because it would be more entertaining than that.
Yeah.
I mean, those girls, the head in the mannequin prank. Come on, what is this? The Three Stooges? The execution of the original Ghostbusters was very, very a lot of Bill Murray's lines were ad-libbed. He didn't plan them out. He just spit that shit out and went on with his day. Okay, and they were executed greatly. The rest of the guys, their humor was executedly just perfectly. Like it was deadpan. It was there. Like what about the Twinkie? Tell me, so imagine this. This is the measurement of all the paranormal activity in New York right now. Holds up a Twinkie, right? And then he says, now imagine this, 35 feet long and some ridiculous pounds and stuff like that. And he responds with, that's a big Twinkie. And then the next line is, tell him about the Twinkie, and he's like, what about the Twinkie? Because the Twinkie was just an item to explain something, but it became such a joke for that minute, but not like a ha 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 joke. But no, tell him about the Twinkie. That's funny, the Twinkie. Whereas all these jokes are kind of just slapstick funny, and it's like, no, don't do that. Don't slapstick this, please.
Getting a bit sidetracked, but if there was ever...
I'm sorry, and dear God, they did not give a shit that Winston was black. They gave a shit because he was another body to help them do the work. That's what they
Oh.
cared about.
And also, he wasn't a
Oh,
scientist,
yeah.
just to let everybody know. Even though
Yeah.
in the beginning of the trailer it says 4 scientists saved the world.
Yeah, I
Just
know,
letting
right?
you know, he wasn't a scientist.
No, he wasn't a scientist.
He was just
I
a
mean,
guy.
By the end of it, he had enough scientific knowledge to go out with the best of them.
Yeah, definitely. But like, he was just your normal guy looking for a job.
Yeah,
Your everyday guy.
your everyday guy.
And that new trailer was just utter. Just I don't. And the thing is, isn't it supposed to be a remake? Right? It's supposed to be a remake.
Yes.
This is supposed to be a reboot. Yes.
So why did they even mention the
The other
first
4?
scientist then? If it's then it doesn't make any sense. The continuity is wrong.
Because
If
because it was supposed to entice the nostalgia of the original ones, but it did nothing. Nothing. It actually annoyed us because I thought, we were going to have the other 4 Ghostbusters, or the other 3, excuse me, in the background.
Are they going to make like cameos or anything? Are they going to be in
From
it?
what I understand, they all have cameos. Everybody but like Rick Moranis and Sigourney Weaver, and even then, it's Sigourney Weaver, so she just might show up in it anyways. But I know Rick Moranis retired from Hollywood in 1997 because of his wife died, and he had to take care of his kids. So he retired. He went back into music production to take care of his family.
Noble.
Yeah,
You do what a man should.
that's absolutely
Okay,
right.
so enough movie talk. We're going to go back to gaming talk.
But
Fallout 4.
one side thing. If there was a reality show I would watch, is Bill Murray's. If they just had a camera crew follow Bill Murray around, I would watch that reality TV show.
From what I
Because that
understand,
It's amazing.
like he's done really nice stuff, really cool stuff, and been a really good person. But from what I understand, he's an asshole, like a raging
He is,
asshole.
but he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's true.
He may be a raging asshole, but he's our asshole.
Yeah, right.
But okay, like I was saying, Fallout 4 next Tuesday. The Mechanist returns.
How do you make more ideal stolen returns?
What?
How
What they
explain?
did, they stole the ideal of the Mechanist from Fallout 3, and it's not the first time. I mean, all they did was take the storyline of Fallout 3 and flip it from the son trying to find the parent to the parent trying to find the child. Duh. That's what
true.
you can't deny it. That's what they did, and now they're bringing a character back from Fallout 4.
3?
To be
Fallout 3, sorry. Yeah.
to be honest though, it
It's
got
gonna
me.
look amazing. It looks fun and amazing, but still,
What character are they bringing in from Fallout 3?
The
Mechanist.
Mechanist. He was a guy, I assume, that was really obsessed with robots.
yeah, him, and what was the other person? The Antonator, I think
the
it was.
Antagonizer.
Fought down. Yeah, the Antagonizer in that tiny town.
Trying to remember.
Here's how I think it's gonna go with the DLC. I think it's gonna be because Nick Valentine, they kind of left it open after you were done with him, left him open with Kellogg still being inside him. So I think Kellogg tries to take over Nick, and you have to bring Nick Valentine there to the Mechanist world or whatever to try and get him fixed and back to normal, and that's when you encounter all the robots and everything. I think that's how it may end up going.
I think that you're going to end up taking the mantle of the Silver Shroud again,
Oh god.
and you're going to be going through, and you're going to fight the evil Mechanist from taking over the Commonwealth.
The
I-
Silver Shroud.
Because I don't think that they're going to go that deep into it. No, I understand, like, because I know that we're getting a huge DLC drop. I think we're getting Maine for Fallout 4. So, and that's a whole, I think it's something Harbor. And basically, that's all about Nick Valentine. So, just to think about what you said before, I don't think that they're going to, have this to do with anything about him at all. I think literally it's going to be like, the DLC is going to be us finding out about this new menace, us finding out the technology and the capabilities to build our own robot friends. I'm getting Eddie back. If you don't remember Fallout New Vegas, Eddie was my boy. We used to.
Well, I would love to have Eddie back. That would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So he's gonna be floating around, shooting people with lasers, spotting people for me. The coolest thing. So that's definitely gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna put too much thought into it. I think eventually, like when we get to the later DLCs, that they're gonna be more like full-fledged and drawn out. This is a little taste, because even if they implement just a little bit, in the Fallout, I feel like you're never truly done with a Bethesda game. Never truly done. There is still stuff that you have not seen yet, and even though those people are like, oh yeah, I 100% completed Skyrim and Oblivion and this, you go back and play that game a different playthrough, and you're going to find something you're like, I had no idea this existed. Those games go on and on and on for the longest.
That is one of the nice parts about those games, is they do go on and on forever.
It's like in New Vegas. I played through almost most of the storyline a couple times, and then I watched one of Jordy's playthroughs, and I found out about the Thorn and all the beast fighting pits. I had no idea about that place.
Yep. There's a lot of stuff in those games that you will just never realize. It'll take a very long time. Sorry about that. I have like millions of pounds of laundry I've been working on lately. And I'm trying to get through it all, and it's a nightmare.
So, what have you guys been watching recently, as far as like TV goes?
I just got finished with frickin' Daredevil. That was amazing.
Does Marvel have the rights to Daredevil?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I finished season 2 of Blackadder, which is a really old British comedy show.
Oh, Blackadder. I remember Blackadder.
I've been looking at a bunch of comics recently. I recently finished Civil War, mainly because I didn't even know that comics the comics have their own alternate thing than like all the movies do, and it's total uniqueness and everything. And I am all for comics now. And I would rather have the physical comics, but there are certain websites that you can go on where you can look at the.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I have been reading Fable. If you get a chance to check out Fable, it's I think it's a Vertigo or an Image comic, and it's been out for a while. But what it is it takes place like all the fables from like childhood fables are now in a small portion of New York, and everybody who ever did anything in one of the fables, like the Big Bad Wolf, is the sheriff of Fabletown, and Bigsy, they call him Bigsy, and he's like, I don't want to be the sheriff, but he has to, because he was nominated to, and everybody who ever did anything wrong, they were all forgiven from from their actions, Bigsby ate people, destroyed houses and stuff like that. Well, he's forgiven, and now he has to keep the peace. Snow White is one of the mayor's, people in charge, and Cinderella's there, Beauty and the Beast is there. The game Wolf Among Us is actually the prequel to the comic book.
So I don't even know what the Wolf Among Us is about. I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be playing it this next week coming up. I'm gonna finish it out. I'm gonna knock out all the episodes because I want to, and I'm also gonna be playing Far Cry Primal. I think I'm gonna play Primal now.
I just finished reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which that was entertaining. And next I get to move on to this book. I don't know if you can see it. The Ring of Steel. It's about Germany and Austro-Hungary in World War One.
Nice.
I'm thinking about reading the Dark Tower stuff because after last podcast, I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm like, Kelly was right.
Know about it.
Kelly was right. Everybody talk, especially that guy. I think you said Eddie was his name. you were explaining last podcast about how like the character development throughout from the first book to the last book that you probably read, and I've been looking at trying to get back into reading. But the thing is that I might, instead of getting into reading, might go to audiobooks because I'm always traveling and moving places, and I know that I could have a physical book, but you want to try to keep it as light as possible, and a lot of the audiobooks are available online, so you can get those easily.
Yeah, you need to read them. So apparently, somebody tweeted at Exhibit. I don't know if you guys even know who Exhibit is anymore.
Nope, not right off.
Okay, Exhibit was a rapper in the early 2000s.
Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, Pimp My Ride. That's the only thing he'll ever be remembered for now. Somebody tweeted at him, "Can you pimp my ride?" as a joke, And he's like, "No, bitch, shit's been over for a decade. Get a job." She responds, "It's really unnecessary to call someone a bitch when you don't even know them or they haven't done shit to you. It's disrespectful, by the way." And he's like, "Oh, come on. I know the difference between a fan and a troll. Mind your business." Wow, what a punk. That's not even cool, dude. It was a joke. You like it, you chuckle about it, and then you go on with your damn day. You don't be like an indignant asshole.
Well, what else is he going to do? Sit there and stare at his mounting debt?
Damn. I'm not even saying anything to that one. Oh, I'm tired.
I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna get a tweet about it from him now.
I know, right? I'm tired, and man, I'm like, my allergies are all fucked up. How is everybody else feeling with these psychotic ass weather changes of late?
It's snowing tomorrow.
It's spring! Yeah. Hooray!
It's spring. Yeah, I think was it the first day of spring or something. And it's going to be snowing, and allergies are even terrible. I wake up, and also I have a cat that's just shedding, and it's terrible. And in the morning, I can barely am able to. Right now, the reason why I sound somewhat comprehensible is because I've been medicated. So if I don't drug myself up, I wouldn't be able to talk normally.
So when you wake up in the morning, you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, King. Sorry about that.
Like Friday, it was snowing for about a small portion of the day, nothing sticking, then turned into rain. And the day before that, it was nice and about low 70s most of the day. Then yesterday, it was nice and sunny, but freezing cold. And today, I refused to open the window to find out.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Oh, okay. So, is there anything else we want to bring up?
No, I think that's basically it. It's been over an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I want to continue, but I have so much shit to do. Oh my god. Why laundry do you hate me so? There is so much fucking laundry. My daughter owns so many clothes because she has older nieces. I have older nieces.
Oh, hand-me-downs for days.
Oh, dude, I have fucking boxes full of hand-me-downs. And my son, man, I have to check his clothes regularly because he doesn't have I don't have an older nephew that's close to his age. So I have to check if he's got clothes. Like today I was like, "What the hell are you wearing, Toby?" And he'd these pair of sweatpants from 4 years ago, and I'm like, "Where did you even get those? I thought we throw those fuckers away."
No, you thought you did.
It's like I'm the oldest grandkid of my grandma, so it's like anything that doesn't fit me go to my cousins. So if I have a shirt that I don't like to see, not only do I wear it until it doesn't fit me, then I gotta see it continually with my cousins wearing it until they don't fit. Yeah.
There literally
has 10 years.
There literally has been a shirt that has been passed down. I'm not even joking. Probably around 20 years, just down and down and down. And now my little cousin's like, "Oh, it's a nice shirt. Oh, it looks vintage."
It's because it is.
It is. Very interesting. But that is where I believe, Callie, we're going to call it a show so we can all go do our thing. Thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. As I said before, my name is Jordan, or X Citadel. That's going to confuse people. And that's it for Sub Sunday episode 79. All right, but before we close everything out, if you want to be on the show, make sure to contact me, X Citadel, or Kelly. We're gonna be the ones to respond. This is Sub Sunday, so my subs, his subs, anybody's subs. If you want to be on the show, you want to sit here and talk.
Wait. Jordan doesn't have any subs, remember?
Oh yeah. Never mind then. Then just send us contact us social media, Twitch, whatever you want, and make sure you're available Sunday around 5 p.m. EST, and we'll make sure to squeeze you in there. You can be on the show, like King over here.
Yep. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed being on the show, man. I'm sorry it wasn't a little bit longer. It's just I had so much shit to do. And then tomorrow I have to get up. I have to be up and out of the house by like 8:15 to the gym and keep working out.
You gotta get those gains.
I feel like I've actually lost. Like I feel bloated in my belly because of
water weight
more
and
water
fluctuation
and stuff like that and the fluctuation. But I actually feel like I've lost weight. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, to see what happens over the next couple months.
We'll make sure that I want an update every single Sunday. We gotta know, hey,
I do a weekly vlog.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like a recap of all those. No, we're not talking about like a full-fledged segment. Just mainly hey, I started here, now I'm here. I used to do this, now I do this, and so we can inspire people because people like stats.
Tim, the personal trainer right next to my job, has actually I've been meeting him up at Gold's where I work out, and he's been kind of laying down what I should do for my legs and my arms and stuff like that. He's like, do this exercise, this exercise, this exercise, and I explained to him what kind of body I would like to build, and he's like, okay, this is how many reps and how many sets.
So you got a path.
Yeah, I got a path, and I'm good on my legs, man. I can work my legs out all day long. An hour and a half later, I'd be fine. Because I'm lucky,
So this has been Sub Sunday episode 79. Goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna hold my hands up.
Say goodbye, King.
Bye.